Hey guys, before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to thank you so much for helping me get to 1,000 subscribers. I just hit it the other day and I could not be more happy or grateful for all of your support and appreciation that you guys have given me over the years. And I can't wait to start the rest of my journey with you. Anyway, today I'm going to be showing you how I paint skin in the program Infinite Painter. I use it for Android, but I believe it's available for Apple devices as well. If you're new here, I use a Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 for my tablet. And also, if you're interested in what brushes I use, I have a video on that linked down in the description. So first, I start off with a couple blobs of colors depending on what skin tones I'm using. I'm using a medium light skin tone for this picture, so I will be starting with some dark peachy browns with a little bit of reddish pink in there. I go for a dark brown for under the neck and then a lighter brown for the face. And now I'm taking a darker purplish gray for her hair, since her hair is going to be a raven black, if you can say that. And then I'm just brushing in the shape of that, and then adding a darker version of that color for the underneath of her hair. Now I'm taking that lighter brown again and blending it in with an even lighter version of that color for the forehead. You'll notice when I'm doing skin, I use many different colors. That's the key to drawing skin. You don't want to keep it to a couple colors. You don't want to use like a fleshy skin tone color for the entire skin and then just a darker version of that for the shading and call it a day. You can, if you're doing like a monochromatic look, but you really have to focus on value and how the light reflects off of it to get a 3D look. If you're gonna go for a realistic colored version of skin, you need to make sure it's made of many different hues, many different values of pinks and oranges and blues and purples, whatever you need to add, because skin is multicolored when you look at it. Now, you'll notice as I go along with this drawing that I'm keeping it very rough as usual, and with a medium to light toned skin, I tend to have the darker shading more of a deeper red or pink tone, and then the transition tones in between the darker shading and the lighter highlights is going to be a more rosy pink, and then the highlight shades are going to be more on the yellow end of the spectrum, leading into a golden shade, but still with a little bit of pink hue to it. I always try and have a little bit of red or pink hue in there, since skin always has a little bit of pink or red in it, regardless of how light or dark it is, due to the blood in our system that peaks slightly from underneath the skin. You're going to always see a little bit of reddish pink, as well as blues and purples and stuff like that, if you want to get really detailed with it, because our veins show through the skin as blues and purples and greens. Now, when you're drawing skin, you can blend it as much as you want. I kept it pretty rough in this drawing, but you can refine it a little bit more than I did to get a more complete look. But this is just the gist of how I do this tone of skin. Now that was the smooth skin, and to show you some scarred skin, I drew a scar along one side of her face. And you'll see here I add texture and wrinkles and shine, and I make sure that the indents of the skin correspond to where I place the shine on her face. And you'll see that I put the shine on her face in the same area as on the other cheek, but I made sure to cut in that texture there from the scar and make it kind of wrinkled looking. I'm just drawing her outfit real quick. I kind of wanted to make her look like a space cadet military leader, something like that. Probably the most important thing about painting skin is knowing how light travels not just on the surface of your skin, but through the surface of your skin. A unique property of skin versus other materials that you are interested in drawing is that light actually penetrates through the first couple layers of skin, and that's actually what creates a glow. So that's another reason why I add in a rosy, very vibrant pinkish red on my shaded parts, because these transition shades where the light would pass through the edges of your skin, like on the tips of the nose there, or the edges of the cheeks, the light would pass through, and that would cause your skin to glow with light, sunlight, whatever. And it literally glows with a vibrant reddish pink color and actually illuminates your skin. It's a very unique property to skin, and it's something that you have to achieve in your art to make skin look truly realistic. And even if you're not going for a totally realistic style, like I have here, for example, it'll still give off the impression of a skin-like glow if you think about these things ahead of time. And you can really see what I'm talking about on the side of the cheek there, where it basically glows where the light's hitting it. And obviously another important thing to worry about when drawing skin is making sure you have reflected light from beneath your object or beneath your skin. Light will bounce off from surfaces beneath you, so there will be a little bit of glow underneath her chin and things like that. And now I'm just penciling the eyes in. I did her one eye as a cybernetic implant here. Thought that would look pretty cool to kind of tie in the scarred look on that one side of the face, give some reason behind it. Basically, as long as you add the right shading based on the direction of your light source and add a variety of different colors and tones to your skin, it should look pretty lifelike. Considering value is more important than color, you really want to work on how your light interacts with your objects that you're drawing. And like I said before, how the light penetrates through the skin is incredibly important. You could draw somebody with blue skin and still make it look like skin as long as the light hits it correctly. I might do a more detailed, in-depth tutorial on how light refracts through the skin, because I feel like that's incredibly important to convey a realistic texture when you're doing this. Now I'm just finishing up the darker details of the eyes and adding some glow on the tear ducts there. Obviously, it's very important if you're not used to drawing faces and stuff like that to use references. I didn't use a reference for this one because it was just a quick practice demonstration to show you how I do skin, of course, but if you're struggling and you can't do this kind of stuff from memory, please use a reference, and it's incredibly important. And then that way you can see how the light interacts off of that specific reference. And you can copy it exactly and then use that for future drawings later when you want to create something out of your imagination. Now you can see I'm just refining some details on the face here. I could go really in on this and refine it and make it very smooth and perfect lines on the edges. But like I said, this was just a quick example. But of course you can do as much refining as you want on your own image if you try this. Also, you see here I highlighted the Cupid's bow at the top of the lip. That's actually a good tip from doing makeup. If you've ever done makeup on your face, you want to highlight those features of your face and it brings attention to your lips. But I tend to do those kind of makeup tips on my drawings of women because it makes their faces pop a little bit more. Now I'm just lining the edges of her hair and her ears and finishing the details of her hair. Just keeping in mind where the light would hit the hair and where it would be in shadow. And I'm adding in a couple stray hairs here and there to make it look a little bit more flowy and motion filled and a little bit more realistic. And now I'm just adding a little bit of a lighter highlight on the top of the hair where the light would really shine on the top. And we're almost done here, just finishing some final details, making it look a little bit more finished. But I hope that this was a little bit helpful to you guys if you've never tried painting skin before, especially in color. I hope this gives you some inspiration, and if you have tried it before, I hope it jogs your creativity to try something new with skin that you might have never thought of trying before, or at the very least, I hope it was something fun to watch. And I really hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a like if you found this useful or found it entertaining. And please consider subscribing to my channel if you want to see more like this. I have plenty more drawings, and I try to upload just about every week. Have a good one, guys.